幸せ Uh-oh. That looks frozen. Yeah, that looks very frozen. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can fix that. Whoa. So what the heck?
Did it forget something?
No. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Wow. Well, I guess it's not the software.
Hardware.
Yeah, I guess it's not the software. It could be the cable. Yeah, so we are live.
Ooh, all right, there we go.
And we may be this may be a freezing episode, so bear with us.
I thought we turned off the air conditioner.
Yeah, right.
Wah, wah.
Bear with us. So I'll try to restart it if I see that we have frozen.
Did I mention this is not a comedy podcast? Which is good, because I'm not funny.
All right.
Yeah,
but we are back. Yeah, so this is the usual time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is lunchtime. We did it after work last time.
Yeah,
so
we did.
If you're wondering why the 8-hour difference or the 7-hour difference.
Yeah. I was still dressed this way last time too.
Right.
I came right from work. I debated putting casual clothes in my bag. 'Cause I hate gaming and stuff. Unless I'm playing Netrunner as a corp.
There
and then
you
I'm
go.
like,
Then
okay, it fits. Then I feel fine. Otherwise, it's like, get that off me. Yeah.
Nice. Well, wish us luck here with the
Still not frozen.
the video. Yeah, it looks good.
Why do I feel like some kind of like wrestling announcer with all this pointing I'm doing?
Nice. So good to see everybody in the chat. Thank you, Hypno, for tuning in.
And for moderating, yeah.
Yeah, and for being mod, yeah, we appreciate it.
We can't multitask. I certainly can't.
Yeah, so yell at us. I'm not probably not going to be able to glance at the chat that often, but let us know if we stop freezing. That I don't know what may have caused that.
Oh, we look okay.
Yeah, things look okay for a while, but you never know.
Okay.
So I'll try to be very animated so we can always.
I'll be my normal level of animation. It's apparently a lot.
Nice. All right. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's see. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're working.
Yeah, we're not getting any like frame drops or anything, so I guess we're doing okay.
Cool.
All right, let's try to pull this off. Yes, this will be our 90th episode.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, we've made that many mistakes. All right.
Non-vegetarian or whatever it is. You say we've made that many mistakes?
Yes, we're still floundering, and it's all guesswork. All right, let's do this. Welcome to the Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the Weekly, Warhammer Plus announced.
Okay.
Oof. And Netflix wants to make games.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea. And GenCon loses more exhibitors and becomes a hybrid event.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Which actually could be a good thing, depending on your perspective. So let's start with something we mentioned, I think, last week with the announcement was coming. Like they're going to have a weekend announcement of an update on their animation.
Oh,
right?
the Warhammer
Yes.
Games Workshop and Warhammer. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we're talking about Warhammer animation, where that was going to go, what that was going to be. They didn't really update us. We saw a few minutes of the the Blood Angels animation, and amateur fan sums that up pretty well. The character design and lip sync, you can't have too much. You can't have it too talky if you're not going to spend the money to actually do decent, lip sync animation.
I'll agree with that. I haven't seen it, but I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Nasty. It looks early. It looks
not in a good way.
Yeah, it looks 90s. Yeah, not in a grimdark way.
Not like, whoa, that's nasty. It's just like, oh no. Yeah.
So they have announced 11 titles so far.
Okay.
And how they promoted these titles, we didn't see footage from everything.
Okay.
We saw this little grid of 11 logos, half of which were super amateur town, like, yeah, you're getting what you're paying for probably. Right. And some, look like sophisticated productions just based on logos. And so to introduce you to all of them, the logo moved into the center of the screen, a line of dialogue played from the animation, and then the logo moved back to its position.
Was there any visual with the line of animation? So it was just like logo.
And then for the Emperor.
Audio.
And then it goes back, yeah. So
Okay,
it was really odd. So, I mean, they have shown bits and pieces of just about everything. We've seen some visuals for a lot of the stuff that's, further into production. And we did get to see a few minutes of the Blood Angels, which was not impressive at all. They're doing this weird black and white thing where they're only keying the red. So the red on the insignias or anything that would be red is keyed red. And then everything else is kind of a, metallic-y black and white.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, and it'll cover up a lot of crappiness of the animation. I think that's
I was being nice.
I think that's the Richard Boylan one. Okay. So he is a professional. Like, this isn't amateur. It was a fan project, but he, I think, professionally worked for EA or somebody. He did cutscenes for video games, so he has a lot of experience with doing this.
Right.
And it just, if they're trying to do retro, or it's trying to be stylistic, like look old or dated or something, it's not working. It's just coming across as like very poorly executed. It's got decent voice acting, but terrible lip sync, and the face models for the humans, everyone should have their helmet on.
Oh,
because
they got a voice for radio or a face for radio. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really bad. And one of the other things that they showed is, did you see the promotion video they did when they released 9th edition? It was
No, I'll have to go look it up.
So the Necron base. So it's kind of like one of those real high-end animations, no voiceover, no dialogue from the characters, just a lot of combat. And it's the quality.
Isn't that what you want in the game? I mean, it's not Warhammer 40,000 talking edition.
Yeah, no. So, but it really introduced. I mean, it showed the Sisters of Battle and
Did they drop a church on people? Because that's what they do.
The newer Primaris were introduced visually, but it looks like that's going to be a series. It looks like they're going to do the Pariah Nexus, which was, like, I guess, that location or whatever. That's going to be a series, but that looks like a very decent size, high-end production. So it's going to make everything else look even more amateur, or make it more. So I don't know what their plan is.
But like we were talking last time, the anthology method. Maybe they're doing something like that, like where we said, like, you kind of need a property, or like you need something that people go, yeah, I want to watch that.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not trying to say that the other ones aren't going to be good, unlike my co-host, but like, people are going to watch it for certain things. And if you get it all as like a package, I think people would be more inclined to say, yeah, okay, you know what? I've got them. I'll check out the other ones. Like, if it's only like you have to buy them all separately or somehow get them all separately, then yeah, they're kind of dooming these ones that don't look that good to just total failure.
Yeah.
But I mean, put it all together, package it, and yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. So all this stuff that I'm complaining about was basically all they were doing was announcing, so where will this be? How can you get all this wonderful animation? And let me remind you, 11 series, right? And so they announced Warhammer Plus.
Oh, that's...
following the Disney Plus, every other, so just like Apple gave us the everything, now we have everything plus, because Disney and Discovery and whoever, that's what they're naming everything. So a subscription service that will be available as an app for smart TVs, iOS, and Android. So basically, kind of like Netflix, how Netflix functions. That's it. No details. Like, you're going to be able to get this here, and it's going to be an app. It's going to be like this, and no details. So there will be another announcement. So they're announcing their announcements, basically.
Okay, like, I'm not a PR person at all. I'm going to be a bit more charitable. When did I become the charitable one? And say that's probably a smart move, rather than promising anything, or giving a release date, or saying a cost or whatever. To just, Warhammer Plus is coming. This is where you're going to see it.
Right.
And as minimal stuff as possible, so that they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Or people don't start complaining.
Well,
I didn't mean
people. Yeah.
people are obviously still complaining, right?
Yeah, already. Yeah, no matter what they say, people are going to complain. And I'm wondering if it's really frustrating the way they're doing this, but I'm wondering if they're doing it, if they're actually paying attention to social media, and they're just like, subscription service, and then they're going to see, okay, now what do people think a Warhammer subscription service looks like? How much are they going to say they'll pay? And just watch all the commentary on all the social media, because people already are speculating and saying, I'm not paying more than $5. I wouldn't, and so it's, if they're doing that, that's interesting, but that also means they have no idea what they're doing. You know,
Okay,
they're just
that's one
they're
interpretation.
going to crowdsource their. Okay, what is this, guys? Tell us. We came up with a name.
doing too much of that. Hello, 5e playtest edition.
Yeah, right.
Can be, yeah, okay. As you said, they might have no idea what they're doing and just say, which doesn't bode well for Warhammer Plus.
Right.
They might have an idea and be like, okay, we've got these parameters, whatever. Let's see what people are saying, and then I'll say, okay, they're being kind of smarter about it to see how much people are willing to pay, what's on it. I'm kind of, not that I'm going to get it, but I would be curious to know what is on Warhammer Plus,
right?
Or if it's only those animation things.
Yeah,
because
it can't be.
It can't be. That's what I'm thinking too.
Because there's no price. It would have to be like 99 cents. You know, it's
right?
Like they're not gonna. That's not all going to be finished. When they do finish them, they're going to be like 5-minute episodes. You know, some of the easier stuff could be like 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, but it's expensive to produce any of that stuff.
But I wonder why. I mean, again, not a business person, but I wonder if that would be a valid model. Like it's 99 cents a month, whatever,
right.
And then you're just going for a huge audience to make up for it. And,
but,
99 cents is kind of like that impulse buy. So
right.
Why not?
But a couple of things, but that's not even like worth setting up the infrastructure or even developing the app. Even if you get, 100,000 people at 99 cents, it's like, well, yeah, we could have done a lot better. We could have had, 1,000 people pay $10,
Okay, fair. Like, yeah. But I'm wondering if, again, I don't know what Warhammer Plus is going to be. I'm wondering if Games Workshop is hoping for it to be another entry point to the hobby.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing. That's what a lot of people said right away is, oh, good move. You take away this passionate stuff that's done by fans that shows how passionate the community is, how diverse, how interesting the lore is, and you put it behind a paywall, so people have to put a credit card down to even know what your hobby is about. Like that, those videos were bringing people in, definitely, and just like the video game licenses, where they don't have to do any work, they just approve stuff. That is bringing people into this universe. The more you paywall it, the less free there is. It's like what. You might get one more, so
I guess so.
Yeah, it's like taking away they had free advertising.
Right. That's absolutely valid point. Yeah. But I'm wondering how much advertising the video games did. And I've played like the original Dawn of War for like 10 minutes. So it's not like I can say anything, and I'm not a video game person either. But isn't a paid app kind of the same as like a video game in terms of marketing, where like no one's going to go $60 for this game I know nothing about, but kind of looks interesting. And then like that's already a paywall to getting into the GW hobby. So I kind of see that as the same thing. 99 cents for this thing. Oh, okay. It looks marginally cool. Let me check it out.
Right.
But if it's like $10, that's not impulse.
Right.
Maybe not. I mean,
yeah, it's difficult, but I don't know how they're going to price this, because if you think about what they have, so they've got White Dwarf.
Right.
They've got all that content. They've got they're doing painting tutorials on YouTube. Yep. They have their app. So their app is a subscription-based service too. So they could bundle that in. So you get all of you can add the codes for your codexes and get all of the kind of free or dated information for everything. And then they have Black Library. So they could give you like audiobooks or ebooks or something, but that's it. I mean, that's a lot of interesting stuff, but that's stuff that's interesting to very hardcore fans. And if you went in and said, "Oh, ebooks, I don't read," if you say,
wow, just tossing gamers under the bus there. All right,
no, but I mean, the people that would be attracted to the hobby come in from video games or whatever. It's like, I want to see some cool animations. I don't want to read 500 page.
Maybe. But I wonder, like, if you're getting people who don't really know anything about the GW hobby or the lore. God, I hate that word. Anyway, like, people who are only exposed to these animations might go, oh, there's books.
Yeah.
And especially if hobby thing completely aside.
Connections,
Yeah, if there's connections. Oh, there's books about these people. And okay, I mean, you're...
Right.
And if it's packaged...
Yeah.
You're kind of going to... Well, I've already got it. Why not try it out?
Well, yeah, I mean, there is definitely enough content there. Or if they put it all out there, which I don't think they would, because that's going to hurt the sales of their audiobooks and ebooks on the website. So they may not even think about doing that. They may not White Dwarf content for behind the paywall too. And if they're going to produce content like better painting tutorials, like longer form painting tutorials, and like battle reports for video of battle reports, like they have written battle reports in White Dwarf.
Yeah.
They videotape those. or videotape them. Yeah, they have an old camcorder.
Yeah, put it on an 8mm. Yeah,
big pack. Now, if they record battle reports and then produce those and put that on, that's even more expense, more content, more employees, more production.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that's going to put that monthly price higher and higher. So then you'd be competing. I think Disney Plus is like $7 US monthly or something. Okay. So this has to compete with every Star Wars movie, every Disney movie, every Marvel movie, all of that content ever made.
Does it though?
Yes, it does. They're putting themselves, if they're a subscription service, that's putting themselves equally. I mean, it's just price,
right?
Just
right,
like
okay.
what
price
you get
wise,
for what value for money. It's like, well, I can have everything ever produced that Disney is like just buying up, and alien movies are going to start popping up there, and X-Men and everything. So, and what are you going to do? What is my $10 getting me, with Warhammer Plus? So it'll be interesting to see like what they think is worth it.
Right.
And we have a little bit of precedent because that app that was supposed to, that kind of replaced everyone's using Battlescribe,
right.
Kind of replaced the illegal flow of their rule sets and stat lines and everything. They with 9th edition, they released it and it was a nightmare. They had to just basically turn it free because the Japanese monthly subscription was, I don't know if they misplaced a comma or something. It was $130 a month. Like when you went to sign up, it said each month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but of course.
Sorry,
is that the annual price? No, that's monthly. Yeah. So
someone definitely
they half-assed it really
or
bad.
Stuck a comma in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Woof.
And it took a while, and they went back into free beta, or they started giving it away for a little while until because it didn't have anything that people didn't already have in their rule books and stuff on it. So we already know they can't do this well.
Well, that's
and they're going to make a Netflix. They're going to make a Netflix level app.
I was kind of thinking about that when I said maybe they were smart in not giving details.
Yes.
They're just like, it's going to be on this app.
Right. Yeah, and if they just
it's coming.
And if they're just going to let people, but there is such an active community and a critical community, a real bunch of negative losers like myself talking about this. So it will. It's gonna get a lot of criticism, whatever they do. So they really have to make this worthwhile. I mean, this can't be something that they release and then they put the animation on there, didn't do well, and then just shut it down, which they could do, and the animation just disappears.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that's the announcement. Details to come is the announcement. Yeah.
Well.
So we'll see. And we'll. So we're looking at June 23rd for their
the next announcement.
Next announcement,
which is going to be. Did you see the logo for Warhammer app?
How do you like that?
This is it. Next one.
Did you like that? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what they are even, thinking about doing. And they have no sense. And I think being in the UK, they have no sense about other markets and how to price stuff because they just
Or they know how to price stuff because they know their fans will buy those miniatures anyway.
Right. Yeah. And I mean. I'm completely, I could very well be completely off base with any criticism because they just had a huge earnings report and just gave stock bonus, like dividend payments to every single employee. So they're doing exactly, what they need to be doing to make a profit. They're doing everything perfectly. So it doesn't even matter what this app does probably because that's not going to affect.
Maybe that's what they're thinking too. They're like, okay, we can afford to burn. Let's try this because we're in a position to do so.
Right, and see what kind of reaction it gets. Yeah. So that may be it. So Warhammer Plus. So add that to your Discovery Plus and everything
Disney
else.
Plus and,
all your other pluses will be So speaking of subscription services that have no idea what they're doing. A quote from a Netflix executive: "We're excited to do more with interactive entertainment."
Okay.
And so Netflix has been developing some game adjacent. They've been doing animation based on game properties.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. When they said interactive stuff, I was thinking.
Oh yeah, the Black Mirror.
I haven't seen the Black Mirror one. Mm-hmm. I have played the Boss Baby one because my kid watches Boss Baby and just scrolls through and I was like, oh, it's a Boss. Okay, I mean, it's essentially, and this is not disparaging it. It's essentially a visual novel, right? You can or choose your own adventure with little things. And I think there was another one like Last Kids on Earth or something.
Oh, so kids. One. So under the kids stuff, there is more
under the kids stuff. There were two, but I don't really think. I mean, my kid's only 4, so they couldn't really do it. They didn't. I had to kind of say, okay, which option do you want, and kind of kid-friendly the language.
Mm-hmm.
So she understood what she was kind of choosing. But,
Right.
I mean, it was interesting. It was fun. They could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know about my daughter's kind of aged out of Netflix Kids, so I haven't seen that stuff in a while. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they're thinking more remote-based stuff, because especially for Japan that works really well, because just regular Japanese television is interactive.
Yeah.
They always do that push the green, red, or blue button, and so 2018, they did the Black Mirror Bandersnatch interactive film, but that was very limited to specific devices. Like depending on where you were watching it, if you clicked on it, they're like, whoa, no, what you're using can't do this. Right. So yeah, so I don't know, and there is like huge limitations to because I think Apple, their first thought about getting into gaming was, just use the remote for your Apple TV to play a game, and like
doesn't work.
No, that's not even a thing. So yeah, but Netflix says the reports have said that Netflix has been approaching a number of veteran game industry executives, and I'm going to put all of the blame for all of this nonsense and failure on those people, because they have some experience. They have a nice resume in the game industry. The game industry is just tanking. There's, games are getting games are getting so expensive. It's just like being squeezed. There's only a few studios that are making big games, and like doing what they were doing in the 90s is not even possible anymore. So they're just getting choked out of this industry. Somebody like Netflix says, well, you're a veteran game designer. We're going to pay you so much money to do this. It's like, of course, I know exactly. Well, perfect. Good choice. Yeah, Netflix, exactly where you need to be. So they're just like, probably giving them some really crazy ideas, which is exactly what happened with Amazon. So Amazon opened a game studio, and Amazon owns Twitch. So Amazon can just force feed, streamers their games and say, talk nice about these games, and we'll, reward you. We'll financially reward you.
We'll monetize your videos again.
Right. You can get out of that hot tub. And so we've already seen this fail with Amazon and their arrogance about, we could just steamroll and like throw money at this, and then, we have a game studio. And so they don't say exactly what, they're interested, and they're talking to game executives. So there's not a studio yet. And like you're saying, if they're doing interactive stuff, maybe they'll just expand on that. If that's keeping people like, wow, this is a feature more than
I have no idea.
It's not passive viewing. Yeah,
I have no idea how popular they were, and it's not like Netflix is chock-a-block with them. I've only seen 3.
Right.
The Bandersnatch one, the Boss Baby one, and whatever Kids one. So
yeah. So this will be a game subscription service similar to Apple Arcade. But Apple Arcade is a curated, it's, I don't know if they're doing, I guess they are doing like original or like, things that they own that are self-produced, but they're also kind of curating other great games that are being developed for the iOS platform. There is no other
Netflix platform.
Yeah, right. Unless they're just going to say Android, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there could do some interesting things, because they could be developing properties that then had games, or develop game properties that then got series. There could be something interesting there, but it just sounds like more, throwing money at a bunch of nonsense.
You know what I would like to see is kind of, I'm not that invested, but I think they could possibly do it if they went farther down the visual novel or interactive kind of TV show route. Then you get kind of closer to the AR sort of science fiction novel stuff of the interactive TV, where the viewer becomes like the protagonist in their TV show. I mean, you're not going to get, the full-on, everyone reacts to you. And I wonder how many decision points per movie become overwhelming for the studio and annoying to the viewer.
Right.
But rather than make like more traditional games, why not better use the medium they have to make those interactive TV shows?
Yeah, and then you could create appointment television again. Like everything's not going to be time shifted based on, when you've got time to watch it. They're going to say, 9 p.m. tonight, where based on your time zone, be on Netflix and tell us how this story goes. Like,
I wasn't. That's interesting, where it's kind of like a campaign thing. I was thinking more like the choose your own adventure style. Like, we've planned out so many story arcs, or not story arcs, but decision points, and you could just kind of like play through this essentially.
Right.
But I could see like the crowdsourcing, be on Netflix 9:00.
Right, and push A if you want.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I mean, there's options like with their platform and with their subscriber base, there's options that they could play around with. But I don't think they're probably just going to traditionally go after, and they don't realize, well, 2 years is actually a pretty tight schedule to develop a game, and people are going to forget about, that's what, Amazon was like, oh yeah, we got games in development. And just like they forget how long it actually takes to release a polished game.
Unless you want to release a buggy game. Yeah.
Right. So well, I don't know. We'll see. This is an odd thing, and Netflix has made missteps before. They've like split their company and done weird things.
Really?
They're doing that. I'm completely forgetting the name of it, but they wanted to split because physical disc shipping did exist, and they took the two companies and tried to split them off. Why? And then they're like, "Whoops, okay, never mind." But I think that's all done. I think they're like that was now they're completely digital.
Who has discs anymore? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I do.
There's probably still people that their internet's not good enough. They would rather.
Well, like I said, you can still get cassette tapes.
Oh yeah,
Japanese 100 yen stores. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah, so we will see if they're going to make the same mistakes with arrogance and too much money and zero profitability. Right. But so that's the step into the video game world that Netflix may be making. But then again, they may just be testing the waters. Yeah. And if they were paying attention to Amazon, they know that it's a real expensive.
Maybe they are. Maybe they're like, we're not going to do that.
Right.
We're going to do this other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. So GenCon. So my badge rolled over to this year's GenCon.
Oh, that's right, because you were going to try and go to GenCon last year, and then COVID.
Yes, the end of the world happened. So it was announced that both Asmodee and Paizo are going to focus on digital offerings for this GenCon. And GenCon already shifted to September. They're trying to push it later in the year to hope.
How did it shift to September? Why did I think it was? No, it was September. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So to try to hopefully things will be a little bit more calmed down, and it's not happening. So so there is going to be, of course, online programming coordinated. Right. And actually, I was surprised. Paizo said they are planning hundreds of Pathfinder and Starfinder games on various virtual tabletops to join. I'm
not surprised.
Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, there will be like sessions that you can jump into if you're just paying attention during those like days of the con. Yeah, I was really surprised that they're going to do it to that volume. But so they are doing a scale down. So what they called it is so the digital offerings will be going on, and they will have a reduced capacity show floor in Indianapolis, and then also new pop-up GenCon initiatives at local game stores. Okay. So they're going to kind of fund like promotion of new products and stuff, which might be a great thing to happen for local game stores, because I'm sure they've been suffering. If there are still any that are open, I'm sure they would appreciate this kind of support.
If done correctly, that could be really nice. Yeah.
So we'll see. So it's. I don't think I'll be allowed in the country, and there's still no travel.
Certainly won't be vaccinated, that's for sure.
Yeah, right.
Well, Japan's rollout,
Yeah, so it's not going to be an option, but that may, for some people, be like, this is like 80s Gen Con. It's like the show floor is not crowded. There's not all these big, flashy, exhibitors with their, 100 new board games or whatever. There's going to be a lot, maybe a lot more intimate and a lot more, you can actually talk to people and it won't be so overcrowded. So the people that are going may actually say, hey, wait a minute.
Hey, I enjoy this.
Why don't we do this again? Yeah. And keep the crowds online, and actually the people that want to exchange ideas about games can actually hear each other when they're talking, and make it across the floor to find each other. But so that'll be September 16th, 17th, 18th, and of course 19th. 4 days. 4 days and a hybrid event this year. So yeah, that's too bad. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I guess just donate that money, get a T-shirt or something.
Yeah,
a virtual T-shirt. I'm sure.
Virtual T-shirt.
Yeah. So I don't think that's going to be an option again this year, but yeah, we'll see. And so they made the announcement that they'll be focusing on supporting GenCon online with exciting news, great plays together, and keeping their staff, customers, and everyone safe.
Right.
Because people still don't know.
It's important. Yeah. I mean, the other option is just kind of not do it, right? Or I suppose the even worse option is just to do it and then be a super spreader event. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you have to suffer the legal consequences.
Would there be any though?
Oh, yeah, there definitely could be.
Yeah, okay, there could.
Yeah. I mean, they're depending on how sick people do get and the circumstances. It's America, remember?
Which is why I said, would there be any consequences?
But yeah, so I don't know. That's disappointing, and so and that's happening with a lot of stuff. They're trying to push it later in the year or canceling it. All the big convention events, and if that goes away, it's going to be a. I mean, it is kind of a decadent promotional tool. You know, these companies spend $1 million to build this like weird, you know,
full-size statue of whatever. Yeah.
Right. It's like all this the competition is crazy, and it's just kind of a, you know, dick measuring contest. It's like, oh, look at Sony, oh, look at Nintendo. You know, for like Tokyo Game Show and stuff. When it gets more reasonable, and American, I think, conventions are a little bit worse as far as the extravagant spending. So this will save money. This will save these companies money, and they could actually do, you know, real promotion, real ad buys and things, and maybe target people directly. And also these in-game store.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That's probably a better way to spend money. And maybe they'll find that out. You know, maybe they'll find that out, that it's not worth trying to get everybody to come to Indianapolis from all over the world and just you know, target.
I wonder what they would be though, because I mean, you could provide product, or you could provide like, you know, scenarios or learn to play stuff. But the downside, no, not necessarily downside, but the factor there is the quality of the people running it.
Of course, because if you send kits out and say, give these prizes away if they sit through a tutorial, if they sit through, you know, how to play of this game, and who knows, and all that stuff will just go straight to eBay.
I mean, I hadn't even considered that. I mean, that is a distinct
if we want to make money, we'll just take all these exclusive prizes. Yeah, so who knows? But I mean, that is a nice sign that they're not forgetting about the brick and mortar, you know, partners that have been promoting their stuff. You know, just based on they're, you know, looking out for their own customer base. So yeah, it's still, we're like half there, you know. It's like we're losing a whole nother summer, a whole nother everything. And I think, you know, people's mental health is really going to be affected by that, because there's no release. Like there's nothing to look forward to. There's no, just like,
what do you mean? There's the hybrid GenCon event, and there's Warhammer Plus.
Well, Warhammer Plus. I can't wait to
not be looking forward to that.
Cram my credit card into that slot. Yeah. But so this week, so a lot of kind of disappointing, weird missteps. This
you know what'll cheer you up?
What's that?
D&D Monopoly.
Oh, that's right. Finally, yeah. Monopoly, D&D has come to Monopoly. So what is Park Avenue?
I have no idea. All I saw was a little snippet. I saw a little picture. I tried to zoom in because I'm like, what the fuck are you even buying in this game, right? I'm like, not that I care, but what is Park Place? I don't know. Some kind of character.
Yeah, I think they just like randomize. They just get a bunch of terms from a game. They just randomize them and then place them in the layout of the board.
That's what all the other monopolies are. You know, just like, this is no correlation except this thing is more expensive. Like that. Yeah.
What are we going to call the railroads?
No, I think they stay as railroads.
Really?
The go to jail is still go to jail. I mean, because there's like elements of Monopoly that never change for the board, and it's like free parking, go to jail, whatever. It makes no sense. It's not even like a medieval style jailer dude. It's the
wow.
Go to jail. Yeah, it's got to be, recognizable as Monopoly. The only game. Actually, this is a perfect combination.
Oh, yeah.
But you've lost us all our Warhammer viewers. I'm going to lose us all our D&D viewers, because could there be two more boring games to fit perfectly together than D&D Monopoly, except perhaps maybe Dungeons and Dragons Catan.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think that is a thing, isn't it? Yeah, I've recently seen.
There's all kinds of Catan.
Yeah, they licensed the heck out of that. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll have to get, because Monopoly is a really fun game to play. I mean, I don't think I've enjoyed a board game more than. I don't think I've actually finished a game of Monopoly. I don't think I've. Yeah.
We'll play it with the bidding rules. The correct version of the bidding rules, where you just say, nope, not going to buy that whenever you land on it, and then bidding just starts at $1.
Nice.
Because the game doesn't go long enough.
Right. Nice. Yeah. So, well, where can people find you?
On Twitter, as always. That's Hivemind, HYVEMYND, where I am currently spewing out a now 50-plus tweet thread on what I'm calling Card Hammer Fantasy Battles.
Oh,
where I just said, okay, what if it's War Master, but all your units are magic-sized cards, and everything you need is right on the unit. And I've developed movement systems. Everything is card-based, even measuring how many card lengths away is something. So I'm currently developing that. I've played like 2 test games of it, and
Nice. Yeah. But that's interesting, though. Yeah, using the cards to measure is a great idea.
One of the things I thought is like, because you can't see it, but our
You got a
test
little corner
Warmaster
there.
game
Yes.
is set up on the table over here. And apart from the 4x4 size, like it was you turning me on to Warmaster and saying the army fits in a shoebox kind of got me thinking, because that is one of the big hurdles to miniature wargaming is where do you keep all this stuff?
Right.
So I thought cards would be cool. You just tuck them all in your little card box. So even like everything, measuring, terrain, the units is a card, and it just goes in your little card box and goes on the shelf. And all it takes up is like a 60 card deck size. The only thing I can't fix is the play space you need.
Right.
So like I
you're-
can't fold up that 4x4 space on the floor
Right.
and put it in there. But that's one of the goals. Is apart from dice and a place to play, everything's going to fit in this little box. So
That's cool. Yeah, that's very Japanese too.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because like I barely I had to like push all my kids' toys out of the way after they went to bed to like try and do like, oh man, I can barely get a 4x4 square on the floor here to play. Certainly not doing it on a table. So yeah, that was taking English. I was taking that into consideration as one of kind of the design goals for this game.
That's really fun though. Yeah. I could see, and there's different ways you could kind of push that too, and then it's really easy to just create armies. Just like army releases would be very.
That's what I was hoping. Like, okay, like if there's army limitations, it's just you're limited by the cards in the box. These are 2 armies, or if you want like a bigger size army, buy another box.
Right.
Put them together. Yeah. So,
Nice. Oh, very cool.
So how about you?
Nice. Well, I am still doing the Abuse Cartoons live stream. So now it is Monday night.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it changes based on my daughter's school schedule, basically. So Monday nights for the foreseeable future, I draw my single panel gag cartoon, Domestic Abuse. And you can see me draw that. And then you can also see the archive of all of those cartoons on GoComics. So gocomics.com/domestic abuse. And that live stream, of course, shows up on both YouTube and Twitch. So you can look for Abuse Cartoons and find it there. Oh. And you can find us on both Twitch and YouTube. And if you enjoyed this stream, give us a like and subscribe to get notifications of when we go live. It's random. So we do this every week, but then randomly there's unboxings and hopefully actual plays and things will start showing up once we can start meeting in person.
STL file reviews.
Oh yeah, next. Right. Yes, yeah. That would be that's right. So that's something that we're both doing now is 3D printing for the armies.
I am mooching off Jeremy's printer.
Right.
So looking at that website,
they're affordable.
They're like what, $300, $300, $400, and I'm like,
yeah, and they keep iterating like bigger build plates, and like things just keep getting better and better.
Seriously considered it, but I'm like, I can't justify $300 just to print out some Warmaster armies, right? I'll just mooch off of Jeremy.
Just show up with UV resin and you're fine.
Yeah. I got this little STL files, my resin. Can I use your stuff? Yeah, I didn't think my partner would appreciate. Like, again, it's not big, but like, what am I going to do with this box that I've spent $400 on to only print more toys?
Right.
I don't think that would be appreciated. Right?
It's a toy maker. Oh,
exactly.
No.
Unless I started making stuff for my kid, which she already has enough crap. As do I, probably. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
Nice. So visit upturntable.com if you'd like to see more of this and basically everything we're doing, all the videos, the audio, so the audio podcast as well. So any place you get your podcast, you can also listen to us talk. And if you'd like to support us, please consider becoming a patron and a weekling specifically on patreon.com/upturntable.
Cool.
So that's it for this week. We will see you again next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye.
Should be later weakling, shouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, later.
Weaklings.
Weaklings activate. All right. So, see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.